Say what? They beat their plowshares into pruning hooks, and their what is it? Their pruning hooks into swords.
The swords and the
This
pruning hooks.
in Joel.
Yeah, yeah.
It's in Joel the third chapter.
Basically changing their military equipment into the money that's going towards that into agriculture.
Put it
It's like
all,
the other way around.
And then vice versa.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
putting all their resources towards the military.
Into protection, man.
Yep. They know the devil's out here seeking whom he may destroy, and he's looking to pick on these smaller countries, man, to try to snatch up position and resources from these places, and especially over in the Middle East.
Proxy
wars. Yep. You wanted me to read this, right? And this is from USAtoday.com. It says, just days after assuming office, Trump delivered on a campaign promise and announced that the U.S. will be pulling out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP. So a trade agreement between 12 Pacific Rim countries that took 7 years to negotiate and was signed.
Hey, Trump didn't give a shit, bro. Trump ain't give two shits.
The whole little Barack Obama, 7 of the 8 Barack Obama years it took to get this deal together, this dude took it off immediately.
Yeah.
When he came in, it says
a lot of his campaign was about, hey, I'm about to undo everything Obama did.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Cause he fucked everything up.
Hey, and it goes right to the race war of these Edomites hating Jake. You know, thinking Jake had a president and he's doing all this wonderful good. Like, nah, I'm gonna do all that shit. And that's exactly what he's been hell-bent on doing. Everything that can bring defame on Barack Obama, which we don't give a shit about Barack Obama. Actually, this is my personal opinion, I appreciate Donald Trump more than I appreciate Barack Obama. At least the man was honest enough to lie to my face than to be sneaking behind my back and lie to my face like Barack Obama did to our people. Okay? Anyway, it says a trade agreement between 12 Pacific Rim countries that took 7 years to negotiate and was signed by the then President Barack Obama in his second term. Its goals were to boost exports, remove tariffs and tariff barriers, and open access to more markets.
You got to just scroll up. Just read the titles. It's like a long list of shit that he just undid.
Calls it a trade war with your own trade partners.
TPP, right? The Paris Agreement, global combat global warming. That's in there in that Paris Agreement. Onerous energy restriction because of that global warming deal. He did the Iran deal.
Yeah, hey, that was with nuclear missiles.
Yep.
You know, because with that the Iranian nuclear deal, they limited countries to having a certain amount of uranium-235, man, which is a critical element into building those ICBM missiles, which is really the power of the missiles, which the head and that explosion is the uranium-235.
The warhead.
Yeah, the warhead.
And Trump, part of the reason why Trump did that was to appease Israel.
Yeah.
They didn't want Iran to become a nuclear powerhouse.
Because they're the first.
They're right there. They're the biggest enemy over there.
Yeah, they're the direct target. America, the luxury of America is because they're across that ocean, them oceans, from these other countries that have nuclear power.
They can see an attack coming.
They can see it, and it take a while to get over it. But Israel, they're right there. They're in the backyard. They're in the next door neighbor. They can catch a bad one before, like.
What do they
see how Lebanon got hit? Nobody knows what the fuck really happened in Lebanon. There's a bunch of theories out there what possibly happened, but we all know for a fact it got hit with something big.
What do they say it takes from, say, Russia or China, 30 minutes to get here?
Yep.
So imagine from Iran to, it's like at least 5 minutes.
Right across the Persian Gulf.
Yeah.
The stone's throw.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Just right on the other side.
Another one was the UNESCO, which is a State Department announced that the United States withdrawal from the United Nations Cultural Organization, was promoting literacy and protecting historic and cultural sites through the World Heritage Center. Yeah, he got up out of that. I ain't spending that money on that. You know, they're already taking down these Confederate generals anyway, trying to protect those, because the people are snatching the rest of them down. Let's see, NAFTA, damn, did everything. designed to replace NAFTA, the agreement that Trump says carried bad connotations. Signed in 1993, NAFTA eliminated tariffs on most goods traded among the continent's three largest countries and made it easier for companies in those countries to move goods across borders. The old trade pact is often blamed for the flight of U.S. manufacturing jobs to Mexico and the disindustrialization of the American economy. Yeah, sending the money, the jobs outsourcing to other countries.
This dude.
Hey, but
that's why
America,
we support Trump. We support the second term. Yeah. We want him to win get reelected.
Yes.
He did that, man, and that's playing right into the beast beginning to hate the horde, man. They hate everything that he does. You know? That's he's fulfilling prophecy, man.
You have a question, my man? You have a question?
Yeah, these are the 12 tribes right here. Are they next to each other? Like,
yes.
Okay, so this Zipolian would be what's one?
Yes.
Panamanians? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You see yourself on there?
Yeah.
You're an Israelite.
It's the car.
Yes. Your father, on your father's side, whatever you say, even if your mother and father are on here, your father's the one that you are. And your mother's father's the one that she is. It's according to your father.
So, what's going into the Issachar, or how you say Issachar?
Yeah, you said it right, Issachar.
And they're from Israel?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They're brothers of the Negroes and all of these other people. The same people. Yeah, they're all the same people. They share a similar spirit. What makes them all of these things on the right side, what they call today, is a biblical heritage. And now you can be called those things, but it don't mean that your biblical heritage goes back to your father.
What you said on the right side are those are just bywords, proverbs that were placed upon
To identify him today.
Right, just what people call today. Good? Anything else? If you have any questions, hey, just let us know. We'll answer.
Appreciate it.
It says the United Nations Human Rights Council runs counter to human rights standards. That's what he said. It says UNRWA. Let's see what the name of that is. That's in Gaza.
You ain't gotta read the whole list, bro.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see that's
Y'all know some bunch of shit.
that was the last one anyway. That was the last one on this list.
That's why we support Trump getting a second term, man.
He's forward. He has made great advancements in the prophecies of America's
We
destruction.
ain't gonna be at the ballot, but
Right.
we're hoping.
something about that action, bro.
You know,
About that action, bro.
hopefully the Zionists can continue to use his ass, man.
Political, what they call obligations. He fulfilled his political obligations. He said he was going to do if he won. He did it. Hey, he signed. Didn't he sign something like the first week? Like we're still in the. He hadn't even been inaugurated yet. He was already signing shit. I like that.
He tried to repeal that Obamacare hard.
Yeah, I like that because he's forwarding the prophecy. He's helping to destroy America from the inside out.
He's further dividing America, which is something that needs to happen. Alright?
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Hey, you turned your back on all your agreements. You're at peace when you make those agreements with these countries and these peoples. You turned your back and bailed out. They were looking for that money to really help out.
Hey, I'm in Turkey, which is one of the NATO allies. The president said,
That's recent.
friends like these are these enemies. Because even Turkey, when they would purchase the S-400s from Russia, America would try to contest that. Any deal to try to elevate themselves, try to get some type of
Turkey said, nah.
Right.
We got
Russia.
Yeah,
Russia
we got
been
Russia.
hooking us up.
Nah,
And for cheaper.
cheaper. Yep.
America do that to all their allies, man. All them European countries. Russia is like the gas station for Europe.
Literally
all
almost
that
too.
petroleum up there.
Yeah.
And they've brokered deals where Russia would be the main supplier of gas to Germany. And that was they set up what you call the Nord Stream pipeline. And guess who had an issue with that?
Israel. Yep.
America.
Yeah.
Israel too.
Israel too. Yeah.
But mainly the U.S.
Because Israel had their own pipeline. Yeah, trying to supply Europe.
And Germany was upset with America, man. They cussing Trump out like
they want to drive past the close cheap gas station on the corner that's got good gas,
right?
To go way out of
across town
more,
to get purchase more expensive gas.
From your friend that works as a clerk in there. Fuck out of here. We do it all here. No discount, no
support black
business. Simple shit, bro. Here's the America. Well,
You're gonna support the homie?
Yeah. America's a nigga. Bottom line. America's a nigga.
Straight up.
They expect nigga shit out of you. You ain't gonna come way across town to help me out? Hey, you way across town. Anyway,
Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee, that they eat thy bread.
They that eat thy bread.
They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Yeah, meaning you ain't gonna understand. Like, damn, like, you know, when the Lord put the Spirit on them to finally come against you in the war, the people here gonna be like, what the hell? I thought we were allies. What the hell? You know?
Trump's gonna have to sit up there and make a certain speech, tilting his head left and right. Hey, the deals are wrong, and you have to explain this shit to the people. But he don't give a fuck. He'll do it. He'll just do it. He'll just tell them, hey, they've done some bad things, and they didn't like the deal that they were doing. So there's some very, very bad people in office, and he'll just tell you all kinds of shit. And none of it has to match up and make sense. But it makes sense that, hey, fuck it, we're going to war with these people. That's what's got to go down. And he's the guy that will make sure the shit goes down. That's why we like this guy. He's going to make sure the destruction of this place goes down, and it happens.
The NIV.
All right, this is Obadiah 1:7 in the NIV. All your allies will force you to the border. Your friends will deceive and overpower you.
Your own friends.
Those who will eat your bread will set a trap for you, but you will not detect it.
That's it, man. So what it used to be an extension of your power to help you bring, global dominance to the world, that's going to actually turn against you. And they're going to work to actually overthrow you, along with the rest of your enemies. So the Lord setting you devils up, man. He's for the checkmate y'all, man. Hey, when you read that in Obadiah, at the top of the chapter, it talks about how the Lord will send an ambassador to basically raise up these nations against Edom. Esau really don't have any friends. Nobody likes this devil, man. He didn't cross too many people. He didn't cross everybody.
Hey, he crossed himself.
And himself. Hey, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Nobody trusts his ass, man. You trying to take everybody's resources, you trying to denuclearize everybody.
Everyone can have everyone. They the only ones that can have nukes.
Yeah.
But everybody else gotta turn their shit in.
You don't want nobody to have shit, man.
And the funniest speech
he want to
ever.
be the supplier, and everybody come to me for all things. He wants to be the head, and everybody else the tail.
And that's the funniest speech ever was W. Bush. He was talking about he had to come with that speech about we're about to go to war with Iran and whatever, in the Middle East, whatever, war against terror. That was the funniest speech ever because the shit that he was saying, he didn't have nothing backing it. It was all emotionally based. Like, look, we got to do this. We can't let this happen. If we give them an inch, they'll take a mile. He said all kinds of funny little coded words in there. Basically, like, we're about to go to war with the world. Is what he was generally saying. We're about to go to war with the world. And you know what? I don't care if people like it. You guys should be scared. There's terror everywhere. Like, man, it's you. You're the guy doing this stuff.
When he said weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, because the weapons of mass
right
destruction.
there. As soon as he said weapons of mass destruction,
that was it. That's how you knew. And then we just said the military spending in America has always surpassed everybody else's in the world.
But he said the key word, weapons of mass destruction, which it played on the people's emotions to make them for the war.
Yeah, this was post 9/11.
Yeah.
Genesis 4:9, I'm going to read down. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
And that's why the earth is cursed now. You know, that's why you can carry a cluster of grapes with 2 fingers.
Yeah,
when in the ancient world, it took 2 men to carry a cluster of grapes. You know, everything was
at its fullness.
It was
It was organic.
It was organic. It was real.
From the water to the air.
Everything was pure, man.
And like we always say, if we had a fruit or a vegetable from the ancient world now and ate it, we would probably die. Too pure. All the nutrients or something, it might be an overload, man.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou
Here it is, he playing victim when he just committed a murder. This is too much. Nigga, you just killed your brother, and then you lied to the Most High.
Yeah. Bro, and then was sarcastic about it, bro. Yeah, my brother's keeper. You can hear how these niggas talk today, man. Am my brother's keeper? Wait, you saying this to the Most High?
That's Esau playing the victim before Esau. You know, before Esau came. You know, he's love playing the victim.
Yeah, that's the whole serpent. You know, evil, wicked spirit.
Yeah, sometimes.
Behold, thou hast driven me up.
It's like anti-Semitism is really Cainism.
Yep.
Because when you think about it, they're allowed to do all type of racist, evil shit that affects his humanity. But yet, if you say one word critiquing them, even if it's factual, they can yell anti-Semitism and get you deplatformed, get you penalized. That's Cainism right there. That's man. You know, you're gonna play a victim when you're the one that's doing all these crimes on the earth.
They cry in pain.
That's a proverb against them. Talking about Amalek. It's the small hats, man. They cry in pain as they strike you.
Yeah, they strike you.
You know. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come
constantly on the run.
He still is. That's why he has these multiple identities. You watch any of these movies where somebody's a fugitive, they gotta take on, like the movie The Fugitive.
They're making IDs and shit.
He did fake IDs, he did all kinds of different uniforms. Disguises, he did all of that. He had to sneak as everybody else.
He shows you that in the history movies, in historical movies, man. He plays as Moab. Shit, he plays as us. You know, so nothing has changed.
And I got a precept on top of that one. Michael 2:2, and it reads, and they covet fields and take them by violence in houses.
So when they wander around, they see, what did he say in the movie you quoted earlier? If this is the opposition, we'll have this place over in 6 months. We'll take this place over in 6 months with a couple of guns. Well, I forgot exactly the quote from
Columbus said that.
Columbus said it too.
Columbus said it, but I was talking about when it was quoted in the movie. Planet of the Apes. But yeah, I forgot who else is setting those Columbus.
They also said that when George Bush, Operation Iraqi Freedom, they bombed the fuck out of Iraq. He said, he was bragging and said, it only took us 3 weeks, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
It was on the ship, Navy ship.
Yeah.
They covered fields and take them by violence and houses, and they take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
Only a thief that's looking for a place to stay. He got to come and kill you, and then take your shit. And then I'm gonna change your name off the address and put my shit on there.
And put pictures up in the wall.
Put pictures up on the wall. You know, on some grimy shit, man. That's what he's done all throughout the planet Earth. You know, he's did it in over here in Americas. He's did it over all throughout Europe. He did it down there in Australia. He did it in all different parts of Africa.
Different parts of Russia.
Russia.
That's what he
Everywhere,
does.
man.
That's his MO. That's what he does.
Just take it. Take it by violence, man.
I got a quick break. There's John 8:44, and that's going into the 2/3, but it's also telling you the characteristics of Esau. It says, "Ye are of your father." It's like it.
John?
Yeah, 8:44. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father he will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it."
Let him bring this right quick.
This is Psalms 58, verse 2. Yea, in his heart he work wickedness. Yea, Slacky, ye with the violence of your hands in the earth.
Yeah, he waved the violence of his hands in the earth. Yeah, and he's proud about it too. He'll tell you how many wars he done won, and you know how much blood done had to spill, how many casualties. You know, these devils are proud about those accomplishments, man. How many lands they didn't took.
Yeah. They love their blessing.
Yeah.
They love their blessing.
Trump gets real proud, man. You know? Go ahead.
The wicked are strayed from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
That's another characteristic of the serpent. He's a natural born liar. You know?
Yeah.
There's nothing to him to lie to you. You know?
I got a quick
Their poison is like poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adders that stoppeth their ears.
And see that poison.
Like her ears.
That poison is their lies, right? So when it goes into you, it changes you. Now it makes you believe something else. It goes right what I was reading earlier in Proverbs, the 26th chapter, about the lies are afflicted by those that are taken by it, so to speak. Okay, when you take these lies in, you take them as truth. It changes what you would naturally have done, and then that's where they take the advantage of it. Okay.
Yeah, you can take that poison of the serpent. You could take that to mean Esau's philosophies as well.
His philosophies seem like they're
basically
based on
that
lies anyway.
wine. It's spiked wine.
Yeah.
You know, you get that jungle juice, that big ass punch bowl, and then you spike that shit with some poison or whatever. That's Esau, man. He make everybody to drink it, so that he can have advantage over you, man. You know?
I got a quick article. I'm only read the headlines. No, I got to read the percentage. It says the U.S. has been at war 222 years out of 239. America has been at war 93% of the time since 1776.
Hey,
He don't know another way.
Because that includes proxy wars as well, man. Because all proxy war is like your little henchmen, so to speak, man.
Yeah.
Instead
Your
of
pawns on the chessboard.
exactly. It's like your pawns fight. Hey, it's still the same team in a sense, but you not physically fighting yourself.
The enemy of my enemy. How's it go?
Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my
My
friend.
friend. Yeah.
Someone on the comment board said America date rape the world. Date rape drug the world.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's exactly what Babylon did.
America roofing everybody.
The whole world.
Genesis 4:14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth.
That's why he's so mad at the world. Because nobody accepts him no more. Nobody trusts his ass. After what he did to Abel, nobody trusts your ass no more. And plus, you look funny too. You look different than everybody. Man, there's something wrong. Your spirit is off, man. Nobody trusting you.
And from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, therefore.
What's beautiful about that is because the small hats, you know, they liken themselves unto being the most hated, most attacked people. Everybody wants to kill them.
Yeah.
They never go into why.
Why? They never talk
They never go into why. We're reading about y'all. This is why. Okay? You keep committing crimes and murder against people, and then you want to hide your hands and play victim.
Yep.
All right, and constantly on the move.
And like the scriptures say, when we bring it, for she eateth her mouth, wipeth her mouth.
Yeah.
Talking about
Adulterous woman.
Adulterous woman,
Yeah.
and saith, I have done no wickedness. That's America.
Yep.
That's America, man.
That's Emily.
Kind.
As is the ruler, so is the people. The king, so is the people.
Yep.
And that's who secretly runs the world. Okay, the Amalekites, those are the Illuminati families. All of those people, with the small hats, the 48ers, all of them. That's those same people, Zionists. Those are the same people that's secretly running the world. This shouldn't be a secret no more. They don't hide it no more. Why is anybody speaking like it's code anymore? This should be common knowledge now.
Hey, and a lot of them they like to act because you got so-called Jewish communities all over the world, right? You got Jewish communities all over Babylon, communities all over Europe, and stuff like that, and they like to pretend as if that's fulfilling the diaspora of the real Jews. But no, you got to these lands.
You went.
Because you went to these lands.
They flew.
You went to these lands and you went over there and you started lending to them and committing fraud, defrauding them, and you got your weight up, your money up, and now you overpowering these same people that you claim is attacking you, oppressing you.
That lending situation, that's to get you in their pocket, man. That's exactly how you take command over people. You get them owing you. Yeah. And that's what we did. Oh, y'all need guns? Look, we're going to come in and bring up a secret army of one of the families. We're going to have them come in and just start slaughtering people in y'all country. And then we going to provide the solution to stop them. We're going to sell y'all money, guns, whatever we got to get y'all in our debt to fight against somebody that we created.
Yeah, that's what the Rothschilds did.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but one of the original
Rothschild.
He sent forth his sons all over Europe to establish banking corporations and systems, and to put all those nations in debt so that they could take over those nations.
Proverbs 22 and 7.
Can I read this right quick, right, Rabbit? Deuteronomy 28 and 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. That's the whole position of when you're the lender, and you help somebody out like that, that's the position they take over.
Proverbs.
A thief is lending you your own money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A thief is lending you your own money and using that as leverage over you. That's hey, them some mastermind devils right there.
It's a paper currency that holds no value, and with that, they have managed to gain real wealth, which is the whole earth, and the resources of the earth, with with a piece of paper.
Made you believe me.
Proverbs 22:7, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.
Yep.
That's why they got that power. They try to pretend like, oh, we don't have all this power. We're just in our own communities. We're getting by. You know,
we can't.
We came over here. We didn't have nothing.
We didn't have anything.
That whole rags to riches story.
And then what this devil does, hey, though, these top companies and CEOs of corporations, they'll change their last name legally from what it what it would originally be. Hey, just like the Rothschilds. Theirs was what the Bowers
to Red Shield.
Kind.
Well, that's what that Rothschild was from Red Shield mean.
Like a lot of people in Hollywood, top actors and things like that, their real last names go back to Steins and things like that. Or they'll go to Goldberg and things like that, but they'll change it to a common American last name. But those are still Amalekites, man.
Another device that they use is to kind of funnel the money. Is they change the laws that fit them so they can launder the money, so they can have a property, let it get foreclosed on, but have their family member buy it back at exactly.
That was what caused the tension over there in New Jersey. And in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
Because they
devalue the markets, the housing markets, and they'll buy up the property and then try to price it out.
Yeah.
And then they'll try to go where there's property that they covet, and they'll see that Jake owns that property, and they'll be like, hey, can you lower your price and sell it to us? And if you don't, we're gonna buy properties next to you, and we're gonna put prostitutes and drug dealers in there.
Yeah.
So give up your neighborhood to us. And that was what caused the tension over there in New Jersey. They tried to say that shooting that happened, it was because of the Hebrew Israelites. It had nothing to do with that. There was already a war brewing over there in that neighborhood. You know, and the media didn't want to say anything about that. But that was the real reason why there was tension between Jake and those small hats over there, man. You know? But that's what they do.
They do that too.
Jake don't even have shit, and you want to take what little that they got.
Yeah.
You know?
You wonder why
can never have enough.
You wonder why cities like downtown LA used to be the worst homeless population, but now it's like some of the highest real estate prices on the market. Because they're in there, they devalued it with all the crack and all the homelessness and all the poor people. They went in there, cleaned it up, and they said that we're coming in, its market value is low, okay, we're coming in here. But what they do, they turn around and build Staples Center and
LA Live.
LA Live, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, what's that big hotel? Ritz-Carlton is all right there. Who can afford to live to go stay at the Ritz-Carlton? People that can afford to go into the Staples Center, that can enjoy their entertainment at LA Live.
Mm-hmm.
So that's their own thing. So they don't have to travel.
Gentrification.
So they don't have to. You got that.
Yeah, I got the etymology of the word gentry. It says nobility of rank or birth, fashion or custom of the nobility, and it says the most powerful members of a society.
What was the other word? Paternal. What was the other word we had earlier? I was talking about. I brought up noble. Another word was patrician. Yeah. The upper class.
Yeah.
That's who's able to do that. That's who's able to invest in those properties. That's who has that extra money, the higher ups in society, versus the lower class that's able to make business with that high market real estate stuff. Okay, that can profit. Like the brother was talking about in New Jersey. Anytime you come into a neighborhood and you claim you're there to help build up the neighborhood, but then you don't hire nobody that actually lives in the neighborhood, what's that gonna do to the people that live in the neighborhood? They don't not like you, because they gotta travel far off to find the stuff that they used to be able to get right there, jobs, food, whatever else. But you don't respect them. Yeah. I'm not trying to say what the guy did was good or whatever. But come on now, it comes to a point where You think that guy probably get cussed out and shut out the store? Because he could have shut the whole neighborhood up. He decided to mess up the store. This thing got him stuck. Y'all got it.
Excuse me. Yeah, that was who was
I was reading Proverbs 22:7.
Oh, did you finish that
real quick? Yeah, let me get this real quick. This is Isaiah 5 and verse 8. It says, woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place.
Yeah, where else are the people supposed to be if you done got everything sewn up and then you won't get them people nowhere to live?
But then he'll tell you,
raise the rent.
Yeah, then he'll tell you, all the resources are used up. You know, we gotta depopulate the world. Well, if you really look at it, if you travel anywhere, hey, even if you drove, you see that it's hella land in America, man. America's land is not filled up.
No, not even.
You have an abundance of land everywhere, man.
They said the whole population of America could fit in Texas.
Bro.
It says 232 million people in America, 1.some
get
billion
one.
in China.
Hey, bro, you
They're
want
building
to get
up,
water.
and they're expanding out to places like Africa. You know, they're trying to expand. There's like the brother saying, there's a lot of land in America to develop on. Why be so greedy?
But who's not selling it for that purpose to help people out? Who's just holding on to it?
You already know.
That's the devil, man. It says, that lay field to field till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. And that's wickedness, man. You know, I'm gonna buy this, and then I'm gonna buy this, and then I'm gonna buy this, and I'm gonna make sure nobody got a place.
Hey, because it monopolizes things.
Yeah.
You know, when you got a monopoly, hey, look, when you play the game, as long as you got all the same properties of one color, you can multiply that rent, man.
Yeah.
Or you can multiply whoever gets on it.
They're not playing with color.
Yeah,
they're playing with size of the board.
Yeah.
So anywhere you land on any of my property, you getting taxed.
Hey.
Heavily.
Monopoly.
Yeah.
And you wonder why Ice Cube posted that tweet?
Yeah, they're playing Monopoly on the backs of the Jakes.
Come on, man.
He said, all you gotta do is stand up and the game is over.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, you see how they took offense to that, right?
Hell,
They
they
jumped on
understood it.
The hit dog will holler, man.
Yep. They knew.
That struck a nerve. That image. You know, because it's true. You know. Yep.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 3. Riches are not comely for a nigger, and what should...
Hey, this man act like he the poorest man on the planet. And it don't help him act better. Him having money don't help this man. It makes him more greedy and more selfish and more covetous.
Riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money?
And we know he's envious of the birthright. That's why he's coveting all the land, the field, the resources, the money. He's trying to cover everything he possibly can so he can assume the birthright that he got supplanted for. At the end of the day, that's his problem. He can't get over that the prophecy didn't line up for him. You gonna say, bro?
Little do you know, this is his lot. This is all he getting. This is the max. That's it. And he saw the beginning of Jacob.
Let's read it.
Kingdom of the Most High, that's it.
Do2.
This is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 16. He that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. That's Esau, man. Everything that
I think that's from that.
everything that Esau has labored for, everything
Who
that
is Esau?
Esau fought for, all
Oh.
his wars, all his banking systems, his fraud, it's all gonna be taken away. All his riches are gonna be taken away. He's gonna lose everything. All right.
This is Job 20 and 19. It's Job 20 and we started
5.
11.
Oh.
He said 5. Yeah, kind. This is Job 20 and 5. I'm gonna just read down. It says, I'm gonna start at 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, right? And that's going into the pride of this devil. It says, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which shall see him, or the eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. God.
That's an example just happened not too long ago.
Yeah.
You got an Edomite woman, she pulls up on us, crying, bringing us loads of
goodies,
cases of water and stuff.
She stopped at dead traffic.
Yeah.
No emergency lights on.
Running across the street.
The driving door still open and shit.
Yeah. Said Jake would hop in. Regular Jake would just hopped in the car and took it, bro.
She said anything you want, anything you want.
The GTA could have just happened right there, bro.
God.
Yeah, man.
His bones are. Hey, she been watching videos, bro.
Oh, she back.
There she go again.
Oh, that's the spirit.
Bro.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
That's the spirit, bro.
That's the spirit.
What?
That's the spirit.
And the cops is behind them. This is about to be an issue. She about to make an issue of it.
Hey,
We was just talking about it, bro.
good thing it ain't a pallet of bricks.
God.
Ain't worried about it. White woman, ain't nobody worried about her.
Yeah, ain't nobody tripping.
We saw not gonna trip on her.
Go ahead.
Khan, it says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth.
And sadly, for her,
Yeah,
she still got to go in the
she still got to eat the missile, bro.
Still got to eat the missile.
I think what was that in Katrina where Bush said, you said, I see you people sending water, canned goods. Just give us your money.
Yeah,
Just give us some money. We gotta carry all that shit back to the car.
You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Just give us some money.
Man,
Them police ain't
That's
gonna
real
say
talk.
shit, bro. They don't say nothing. 2 cops. They don't say shit.
We wouldn't even worry about it.
Who put the camera? Hey, who put that all this shit back? What movie was that? Who put that camera all this shit? I forgot what movie that was.
Hey, but honestly, this would be a stumbling block to regular Jake, though. You know, what just happened would be a stumbling block into the 2/3 of our nation, because they'd then say, "Oh man, you got good white people, you got good Edomites."
nah.
That's what Jake was saying.
Well, yeah.
Get a Proverbs 16 and 7 real quick.
Come around it.
No. Ecclesiastes.
Yeah. Not 16 in there though.
Salakia.
Ecclesiastes.
That's why I was.
No, not
Sirach.
Sirach. It's
Ecclesiastes.
You mean
where it says
Ecclesiastes?
no Ecclesiastes 7 and 16.
7.
Get that.
16.
See what that says.
Gotcha.
I might be wrong though. Let me see.
7 and 16.
No, not that.
Don't read it though.
Proverbs. Try Proverbs 16 and 7.
I got it.
You know that's first thing you said, right?
God.
It's Proverbs 16 and 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go, man.
And it says if a devil do righteousness, he doeth it willingly.
Yeah.
So I mean, whether she was sincere or not, the Heavenly Father, we understand how to do that.
Yeah.
And it's more than what we can want or care for. We don't need all you brothers to help carry this shit.
That's just the power of the Lord.
Right.
That's
We
just
don't
the.
have to leave some of this.
Yeah.
Hey, some of these homeless out here,
Yeah,
man,
perfect for them.
had them get some water, man. But hey, read that again, bro.
God, this
Oh, he was reading. Read that again, bro.
Proverbs 16 and 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Yeah. So hey, that's part of the wicked. Their children seek to please the poor. They're trying to be at peace with us because they know what's going down, man.
I always like to quote the Louis C.K. He was like, I love being a white man, right? He said, but he said you can go to any time You can go to any time in the future, I mean in the past, and it's you can go to any time in history, and it's white people ruling, right? He said, but in the past though, because you got to believe we're going to pay hard for this shit. Hey, period, point blank. That was a joke, but it wasn't. That was funny, but it wasn't a joke. He meant that shit. They know in their future they're going to have to get paid back for this shit. There's no way they've done rape, robbery, and murder throughout the whole earth. And what in John they say, the thief coming not, but steal, kill, and destroy.
Yep.
They've done that. That's how they've assumed power with their blessing of sword. And they're still doing it. Now, instead of it just being the missile or the gun or the knife or whatever, they're doing it with chemicals and all types of other witchcraft. Media, yep. Pharmaceuticals. All of them, bro.
I'm going to present somebody get Jeremiah 15 and 11. Jeremiah 15 and 11. Another book.
Jeremiah 15 and 11. And it reads, the Lord says, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction.
Read that again.
This is Jeremiah 15 and 11. The Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction.
Hey, and you know, when the tribulation hits, you know, when this thing hits the fan, you gotta still have that faith to believe that when this thing pops off, the Lord can have an angel actually guide you, man, or have somebody help you in the time of trouble. You know, we might be in a situation where, you know, the famine is taking place. You know, there's limited food and water. But you might have somebody that you might think in your everyday walk would be an enemy to you. But the Lord might put the spirit on that person in that particular day to bless you, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Hey, there was I saw these last couple cases of water, and you know, I thought I'd share it with you. In the world, that person would call you a nigga behind your back, you know?
This lady went back to the store and re-up.
Yeah.
She's still trying to get more out.
Yeah, like,
She gotta
go. She gonna make it problem.
She gonna earn her position as a
copyright. You know, but she gonna be Let me stop. You know, but just
she gonna earn her position. You know, she's still gonna be a slave. But, still a field worker. But hey, you know, that's what. Hey, we're gonna be seeing. You're gonna be seeing more of that.
Yeah, but period, point blank, man. These people, they really don't want to do good, but they know the inevitable is coming. And these women particularly, they can feel the power. They can feel the power of the understanding and the wisdom that happens through this word. The spirits that's in our people that's rising up. And you don't feel that same power with Black Lives Matter and all those other little groups that pop up, NFAC and all of that. There ain't no power in that. This is where the real power is at, because the Heavenly Father, the Holy Power is behind it. Hey, bro, if you got a question, you can just ask. We'll answer your question. Somebody will do. If you do have a question, we'll ask you.
Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with secrets.
There's a tab, and somebody's got to pay for that, man. Period, point blank. Somebody got to pay.
It's too much to pay at once. Yeah. Because all the shit that you did is hundreds of years, thousands of years worth. Okay? Of all the blood